There's some stuff that I didn't even realize came true. There's actually psychology behind it. And don't wait until 2026 to get started working towards those goals, man. Hey, it's Leah. Welcome to my channel. If you're new here, I make all things fitness, lifestyle, and becoming the best version of you. And if you're not new here, thank you so much for coming back. How are you doing? I'm coming at you live today with my glasses on because I forgot to get my contacts ordered in time. So, we're serving visionary, vision board, vision, totally planned, the vibes. Today we're gonna be talking about how to build your own vision board that actually works and also why they're not BS. I know they sound a little woo-woo and crazy, but they actually work. And to prove this to you, let's dive into my vision board from last year and everything that came true. Now here's my vision board from last year. It's actually kind of crazy to look at it because I'm looking at it now and I'm like, oh my goodness, there's some stuff that I didn't even realize came true. So here's what I did achieve from this vision board. I actually got sent stuff from brands for the first time and I hit 100 subs on YouTube too. I'm actually surpassing 400 now. So thank you guys so much for subscribing. I really appreciate it. I also have the gym on here, a really nice gym. I go to the gym really regularly. I kept up with that routine and actually got even better at going. And I also have Pilates on here. I've done Pilates a bunch with my friends. It's not the main thing I do, but I've done it so much this year and I just love doing it from time to time. I have some body goals on here. I will say, looking back at this now, I would have done it differently last year. I think that this year I want to focus more on specific body parts. So a muscular back, toned arms, abs, stuff like that versus the general shape of someone's body, just because it's really hard to attain like the general shape of someone's body, just genetics. All that being said, in the adjustments that we'll be making later, I did make a lot of progress on my body this year, which I'm super proud of. You can just see in this video I put together for my Instagram and TikTok, the difference between me in January of this year to now is just crazy. So in terms of working out and getting my body to where I want it to be, I'm really proud of how far I've come there. And also I have hair growth and just healthy hair in general on here. My hair is so much healthier this year and it has grown quite a lot. When it comes to food, I have these fresh veggies on here. Now listen, I do cook way more. I cook pretty much every single meal now and I absolutely love cooking and I've been making a lot more time for it. I will say I do need to step up my produce game. It's just me and my boyfriend living here and I feel like stuff just goes bad so quick that it's disincentivized me, is that a word, from getting new produce, but that's no excuse. There are absolutely ways I can shop for produce. I can do smaller runs. I don't have to buy everything in bulk. So I'm gonna really do some thinking and incorporate this into the next vision board because I really want to eat more fruits and veggies. Now, one of the big things on my vision board was my move and my new apartment. This year, I wanted to move to Boston and I achieved that. I live in Boston now. I am so stoked. And also you'll see some apartment specific details on here. So you'll see big windows and amazing view. And I mean, I absolutely got that. I am pretty blown away because I was not expecting that to be something I got, to be honest. Like, apartment hunting here is pretty tough. I absolutely adore our apartment. And it's so cool to see the stuff on here translate into my actual apartment. And I don't have laundry in unit like in this picture, but I do have laundry in building. And that's a W for me. I don't got to go to a laundromat. Now I also have this picture of a group of girls chatting because I just wanted to make some more girlfriends. And I actually ended up meeting 2 friends here in Boston, which is so funny because it's a picture of 3 girls hanging out and the 3 of us literally hung out the other day. And I also deepened my friendship with one of my closest friends. And speaking of her, I noticed like literally just now that New York City is on this vision board in the corner and she lives in New York and I just went up there to help her move and we had a great time, but I got to go to New York and I didn't even think about it. So this is what I'm talking about, this subconscious, like this thing constantly being in my face. Like, that's just really cool to see that on there. Now let's dive into what wasn't achieved because we have to be honest, okay? Not everything on your vision board is gonna come true, whether it's the time for it or maybe the other things just took priority this year. Let's take our W's, but let's also take a look at what didn't come true so we can incorporate that into next year's vision board. One of the main things on here you'll see is a lot of financial goals. Now, with my move, this ended up just being deprioritized. Like, moving, especially across the country, is very expensive. So while I'm doing better and I've made progress in my financial goals, I'm just not where I want to be. So that's definitely going to be one of my top priorities going into the new year. Now that the move is done, there's none of these more big expenses popping up. I definitely think that this can absolutely be their year where I get super responsible with my financials. I also have some follower goals on here. One of them, like I said, I achieved the YouTube subs and I made progress here and posted way more than I did in previous years. However, like, I just got to be honest, I haven't been as consistent as I want to be with my content. And that's something that is absolutely changing for me in the new year. This is definitely going to be a top priority. I also have a makeup look on here. I just honestly ended up going with a more natural look, basically wearing no makeup most of the time, especially because I go go to the gym a lot. And I also tried some of those alt looks, like something more alternative, like in this picture. And I just feel like those looks just like don't complement my face well. They look like a little bit too harsh on me. So this wasn't a huge priority for me this year. And I don't think I'll actually carry this one into the next year because I'm just pretty happy with my look right now. And lastly, waking up early. Oh man, do I wish I was a morning gal? I do. I've gotten better about sleep, but it has not been consistent at all this year. I'm getting a lot more consistent with it now. I actually got a Whoop that I've been wearing to track my sleep. And ever since I got it, I feel like my sleep has gotten so much better just because I feel like consciously I'm like, oh my God, I don't want to get a bad sleep score. So I've been more on top of it. So I'm hoping that I can kind of use that to make my sleep better. This one will definitely carry over into next year because I've just realized I've really been neglecting like the recovery portion of my health and wellness, and sleep is so important. So I'm definitely gonna make this a bigger priority next year. Now that we've gone through everything that was achieved and wasn't achieved, let's dive into more specifics about how vision boards actually work, because did that stuff just magically pop into my life because I put it on my board? No, it didn't, but the board absolutely helped. You might be skeptical of manifesting as this like basis idea, but I promise you it's not. There's actually psychology behind it. If you don't want to believe in any spiritual part of anything, you don't have to. If you're constantly reminded of your goals and your priorities, it is just natural that you're more likely to then make decisions that align with those goals. And studies have shown that visualizing your goal will actually help you perform better when it comes to achieving that goal. And vision boarding is actually scientifically proven to strengthen your confidence in your ability to achieve your goals. So if you don't want to believe the spiritual stuff, you don't have to. But psychologically, it's proven that stuff like this works. Setting goals with intention and constantly reminding yourself of them works, and vision boarding is a great method to do this. To show you how this works, let's rapid fire go through all the goals I did achieve and the choices that I had to make in order for those goals to be achieved. All right, I got sent items from brands. How was this achieved? I started posting on TikTok regularly, and I posted using stuff that I have, and eventually got offers from brands to send me free product. I hit 100 subs on YouTube. Same thing here. I posted on YouTube more, especially on YouTube Shorts. Actually, I got a lot of subscribers from a short that I posted that went viral. Thank you to all my subscribers. And if you haven't subscribed already, now's a great opportunity to. Just saying, just saying. For my gym and body goals, oh, you know this took a lot of investing. Okay, I consistently go to the gym. I continue the gym membership that I already have when I moved. I track everything, okay? We can get into this in another video, but I track my macros, all of my meals, everything. For my hair growth, since this is a goal, I actually made the decision to not get my hair fully dyed pink. It used to be fully bleached, everything pink. I decided to instead switch over to getting streaks of pink in my hair, Draculaura style. That way the majority of my hair could stay healthy and grow because I really wanted that length. This has made a huge difference in the health of my hair, let me tell you, and way less breakage. I also have a scheduled reminder to detangle my hair. I detangle my hair at least once a week. I've lately been doing it more, but I've really prioritized the maintenance of my hair, which is something I just did not prioritize at all before. I got lazy with it. It felt too hard. I invested in tools like the Unbrush that made it easier for me to detangle my hair. And again, just made the choice that this is something I'm gonna prioritize. My apartment, oh, so much planning. I searched for at least a month before just to even get an idea of what the market looked like. I reached out to a real estate agent who was actually the one that ended up helping me find this apartment. Literally reached out to him a month in advance, and he was like, let's talk in a month. But we did. We made the jump. We packed the moving pod. We left Austin. And guess what? We found a place literally a couple days after flying here. We just went to Boston just to look a little bit, and we found our apartment literally the first day. For friends, I signed up for a service that matches you with a bunch of girls with similar interests. I was so scared. I really didn't want to go. I literally paid like $30 for it. And I ended up meeting some people that I really vibed with. I scheduled the next 2 hangs myself. I created partyfuls for them. And then I ended up personally reaching out to the 2 girls that I connected with the most. And those are the 2 girls that I've been hanging out with. And I actually have plans with both of them this week. And then New York, this one is not one that I thought about, but I went and I booked a ticket and I got on that train, dude. So as you can see, the vision board like didn't just like make these things happen, but it was this constant reminder, whether conscious or subconscious, of my goals and priorities. And I made all of these choices that really aligned with these goals that I set out. So it's not magic, but it does help you keep your goals in check and make your choices that align with that person that you want to become. I actually have a whole nother video called How to Be Lucky that goes into how to embody dream self that you want to become. So if you want more details on something like that, I definitely recommend checking out that video. Enough about me. Now it's time to make your own board. So how do you even do it? First, think of the categories that you want to focus on. Here are the ones that I'm going to be focusing on: health and fitness, finances, my social life, and content / my career. Now, once you have those categories, it's time to get specific with your goals within each category. It's okay to have some broad goals, but honestly, the more specific you can get, the better. So let me run through the goals within my categories. For my health and fitness, I want to get abs. That's a goal that I have, and I really think I can achieve it next year. I want to get a really strong back and really strong arms. I want to make sure I'm staying on top of my hydration. I definitely think that's something I can improve. I want consistent sleep, and I want to get really, really good at meal prepping, because I meal prep sometimes, but it's really hard for me to keep up with that. And I just want to build a system that makes that easy and second nature to me next year. For finances, I want to be making 10K a month. I definitely think this is possible. It's a big lofty goal, but I definitely think I can do it. I want to start making investments, and I really want to build out my savings a lot more. With no big expenses planned for the next year, I really want to focus on finances and getting into a good place there. So this is going to take up a good chunk of my vision board. For my social life, I just wanted to make sure I kept this on here to hang out with my friends more, continue building those relationships. And I also want to go on more dates with my partner. We've both been so busy with work. We do a great job at going to the gym together. We get coffee together every morning and go on a walk every morning, which is absolutely wonderful. We definitely spend a lot of time together, but I'd love for us to, at least once a month, be really intentional with going on a date. It can be at home, it can be out, but I just think that'll be great for both of us. For my content and my career, this is a big one. I really want to be consistent with posting on socials and on here. So I'm definitely going to be taking that really, really seriously. I think this is probably the top priority for 2026. And my goal is to get 50K followers on each platform. I think this is absolutely doable if I'm consistent, which I will be. All right, so those are a lot of my goals under those categories. I'm sure I'll think of more as I'm pinning. But speaking of, we're gonna use Pinterest for this. If you don't use Pinterest, girl, what are you doing? Get on Pinterest. Here's what we're gonna do. You're gonna create a 2026 vision board Pinterest, and you're gonna start pinning things that align with your goals. I like to make separate folders for each category of goal just to make things more organized. You can do that if you want to, or you can just put it all in one board. The visuals should be nice to look at. They should be aesthetic, but also constant reminders of your goals, okay? That's why it's good to get specific. You should be picking visuals that immediately remind you of what your goal is. If it's too vague, it's just not gonna work. Then once you feel like you have a good amount of pins for each category, we can start off with building your board. Some people prefer to print everything out and do a physical board and hang it up somewhere that they often see. You can absolutely do that, but personally, I'm on my phone all the time, all right? I make content for my day job. I make content for fun. I like looking at content, okay? I'm always on my damn phone. So I actually make my vision board my phone wallpaper every year. And since I'm on my phone so often, this is like a constant reminder, even if it's subconscious, of all of my goals. I see it every single time I open my phone, which is often. And I just think this is a really great place to have your vision board. And to create the phone wallpaper, I just do this in Canva. It's so easy. I add everything manually, but since I love you so much, I actually just made you a template that you can use, and you can just drag and drop your photos into each frame, and that'll be it. Your vision board will be complete. So for this, I just take the images that speak to me most in each category, and I add them to the board and just move them around until I'm really happy with the layout. But like I said, if you use the template, you don't really even have to worry about the layout. It's already made for you. Here is my board for 2026. I'm actually so excited seeing this all put together. And don't wait until 2026 to get started working towards those goals, man. This is the time to do it. This is becoming my wallpaper today, okay? I'm not waiting for the new year. This is the perfect time to start prepping for the new year, okay? This is what this series is about. Start prepping so you can hit the new year off strong. Don't wait until January 1st to start. Now it's your turn. Go make that vision board and build that version of you that you're gonna become in 2026. And if you feel like posting it, please tag me, because I would absolutely love to see what you put together. If you made this far, make sure to like and subscribe for more videos just like this one, focused on helping you become your dream self. And also, we're doing this lock-in for 2026 series, so we're getting ready, okay? We're gonna start 2026 off with a bang. Make sure to follow me over on TikTok and Instagram for daily doses of bite-sized content just like this. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Wow! We did it, we did it.